Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. I hope the video which I made on COVID was very useful for you all. And thank you for subscribing my channel. Now my channel has crossed approximately 200 subscribers. It's 204. Thanks a lot guys. I'm happy you all are liking the content what I'm providing. Okay. Today I have come with a academic point of view. Today I wish to discuss about nucleic acid. Okay. So the term nucleic acid, okay, nucleic acid, now see, it's one of the most important biomolecule present in the living organisms. There are many n number of biomolecules present. All of them are necessary, but this is one of them which regulates them. You must have heard about DNA, RNA. What are their full forms? DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. See, nucleic acid. So this nucleic acid is one of the most important part or biomolecule of the cell. Okay, so let's talk about nucleic acid. How was it discovered? So actually, nucleic acid is a substance present inside the nucleus. It was discovered by Friedrich Michel. Okay, so this person first and foremost, or for the first time, located that there is some substance present inside in the nucleus and named that substance as nuclein. Nuclein. So this nuclein is one of the most important substance present inside the nucleus. That is what said by him. But afterwards there were further studies carried out, and in that further studies were designed, or it was seen that this nuclein had acidic nature. Therefore, this was named as nucleic acid. Okay, this is the derivation of the name nucleic acid. Now, if I talk about nucleic acid, how is nucleic acid made? What I'm talking about is its composition. Okay, how is it, or what is it composed of? If I talk about composition, I can see that nucleic acid is a polymer. Okay, polymer means it's just like this structure, right? So there are multiple monomers attached. These, each and every one of them is what? A monomer. So there are many monomers attached to each other, forming a long structure called as polymer. So see, okay, it's a polymer of multiple monomers. So what are these monomers then? What are these monomers? These monomers here in case of nucleic acid are nucleotide. Okay, nucleotide or nucleotides. So as in case of carbohydrates, we can observe that sugar like glucose, fructose may be a monomer. Here there are nucleotides, but how glucose, fructose is a single molecule, single structure. In case of nucleotide, that is not the case. Nucleotide has multiple components attached to it, which forms one monomer of the nucleic acid. So that is what we are going to study. Okay, so let's start with the nucleotide part then. Okay, what is actually the nucleotide? So nucleotide, as I said, it is the monomer of nucleic acid, is composed of three important components. First, pentose sugar. Second, nitrogenous base. Okay, and third, phosphate group. Okay, also called as phosphoric acid, which derives from phosphoric acid. So pentose sugar, pentose means 5 carbon containing sugar. OSE comes, it means it's sugar. Pentose sugar, 5 carbon containing sugar. Nitrogenous base, we have discussed, I have told about nitrogenous base in the previous video. I will be providing the link, or I have provided the link of that video in the description below. So please click on that if you want to see how to make the nitrogen bases. Okay, why they are called as nitrogenous bases? Because nitrogen forms the basic structure, or nitrogen is one of the basic part of that structure or of that component, therefore called as nitrogenous base. And phosphate group. Okay, it is also observed that nucleotide is also equal to nucleoside plus phosphate group. Okay, so it means I can say therefore nucleoside is what is equal to pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base. See? Now from where did the nucleoside come? Actually nucleoside is one of the most important part for providing energy. Have you heard about adenosine? It's nucleoside of adenine. So adenosine triphosphate, it is energy molecule, and also nucleosides when attached with phosphate group form nucleotide. So remember that. So many a times these, for formation of nucleotide, they are present in nucleosides. Nucleosides connect with phosphate and then become activated. Okay. So this is the composition. Remember, nucleotide, pentose sugar, nitrogenous base, and phosphate group. Okay. Nucleotide is also nucleoside plus phosphate group, and therefore nucleoside is nothing but pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base. Okay. Actually, the thing is, you will observe that nitrogenous base is attached to pentose sugar at first carbon, and phosphate group is attached to the pentose sugar at fifth carbon. Okay. So this is what is nucleotide. Now let's discuss about each of the component: pentose sugar, nitrogenous base, as well as phosphate group. Alright. So what do you see here? Let's talk about the first component, that is pentose sugar. So pentose sugar which is present, that is, as I said, 5 carbon. Okay, we know for sugars there is an empirical formula CH2ON. Okay, now it is pentose, so carbon should be 5. This can be open and written as CnH2nON. So if I am saying pentose sugar, it means N will be equal to 5. Therefore, I can say pentose sugar will be nothing but C5H2 into 5, that is 10, and O5. So that should be the molecular formula of the sugar. Okay, so pentose sugar should have this molecular formula. Now if I split, I see in nucleic acids there are 2 types of pentose sugars. First type of pentose sugar is ribose. Another is deoxyribose. Actually, there are many pentose sugar existing. There is hylose, there is hallulose, there is arabinose, lysose. Okay, many of them. Ribulose, ribose. So, but these only are the 2 types of sugars which are present in nucleic acid. Okay, so ribose has the structure. This is the ribose. And deoxyribose is nothing but 2-deoxyribose. Let's see the structure. Okay, so as it is 2-deoxyribose, means on second carbon, deoxy, it means on second carbon oxygen is absent. Here you can see on second carbon oxygen is present, here it is absent. If you want, you can number them also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see, second carbon has oxygen here, second carbon does not have oxygen. This is your pentose sugar. Okay, now see, on basis of this only there are 2 types of nucleic acids. If ribose sugar is present in that nucleic acid, it will be called as ribonucleic acid. If deoxyribose sugar is present, it will be called as deoxyribonucleic acid. Actually, full name of DNA is 2-DNA. 2 stands for 2-deoxyribonucleic acid. See? Okay? It does make sense. So these are 2 types of pentose sugar which might be present. Okay, now remember the strand of nucleic acid which is formed. That is formed with the help of 2 main groups. One is the sugar, another is the phosphate group. The nitrogenous base which is present is protruding outside. We'll see that in next video, that how they connect with each other. Okay, but right now remember, it's like sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. In this way the strand is formed. This is one nucleotide, one nucleotide, one nucleotide. And the nitrogenous base, how is it present? It's protruding outside. It's in this way from sugar itself. See? Okay, so this is the arrangement of these three groups during formation of a strand or a polynucleotide. Okay, so this is the first part, that is pentose sugar. Let's talk about the second part, that is your nitrogenous base. Okay, nitrogenous base already we have discussed. I am just giving you a summary because we have already spoken how the structure is formed. I'll give you a bit detail about nitrogenous base, what is it, but structures won't be explained here. Okay, second, nitrogenous base. So nitrogenous base generally, remember, it's attached to the first carbon of pentose sugar. First carbon. At the end we'll be constructing a nucleotide and seeing how they will look. Okay, so first carbon of the pentose sugar attaches with the nitrogenous base, that too with a specific type of bond called as glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond, you must have studied glycosidic bond in case of sugars. Okay, if you not, I'll be explaining all glycosidic bond but in some other video. Okay, but glycosidic bond generally involve oxygen. If they involve oxygen in center, it will be called as O-glycosidic bond. In this case, it involves nitrogen, therefore called as N-glycosidic bond. Okay, so now nitrogenous base basically are of two types. The first type is two-ring. It has two rings, one hexane ring, one pentane ring. Hexane, or I can say hexagonal ring, another pentagonal ring. Okay, and another is one ring structure. The two ring structure has 9 members in it, and one ring has 6 members. The two ring structure is called as purines, or are called as purines, and the one ring structure are called as pyrimidines. Extra information, remember that diameter of DNA can fit only 3 rings. Okay, this will be helpful in next video. So purines are of two types, adenine, okay, and guanine. While in case of pyrimidines, pyrimidines are of 3 types, cytosine, thymine, and uracil. Okay, now remember, all adenine is indicated by A, guanine G, cytosine C, thymine T, and uracil U. Thymine and uracil are different just by one group on the last carbon, that is on 6th carbon of the pyrimidine. If there is presence of CH3, then it will be thymine. If only H, it is uracil. The structures won't be discussed here. I repeat, structures won't be discussed here because I have already taken structures in the previous video. So visit that video, see that video for the structures. Okay. Remember the symbols A, G, C, T and U. One more important thing, thymine is restricted to DNA only, while uracil is restricted to RNA only. They replace each other. If there is a strand, for example, DNA strand is the A, T, C, C, G, T, A, and there is a RNA strand which is produced from this. This is one strand of DNA. If there is an RNA strand produced here, so it will be, if it is produced from the complementary strand, so it will be AUCCGUA. Remember. So in case of RNA and DNA, there are the differences. We saw sugar difference. There are many more differences, but in this nitrogenous basis difference is that A, G and C are common for DNA as well as RNA. But in case of DNA, you will see only T present. In case of RNA, instead of T, there is U present. No T is present. Okay. One more important thing, the nucleotides are named, or nucleosides are named after the nitrogenous base attached on it. Okay. It is named after the nitrogenous base which is attached on it. Okay. So this is about nitrogenous base. Okay. Let's talk about the third part, that is your phosphate group. Nothing much to talk about phosphate. phosphate group actually comes from an acid called as phosphoric acid. Okay, we know there is phosphorus acid, there is phosphoric acid. There are differences here. There is phosphoric acid used, which is called as, or which is having the formula H3PO4. So third phosphate group, okay, coming from acid phosphoric acid H3PO4. The formula for it is H3PO4. Let's see the structure. See, phosphorus has the valency 5. It can form 5 bonds. So it forms a double bond with oxygen and remaining 3 single bonds are formed. There is a bit of angle between them. I'm not specifying the angle right now. And each of them is OH, OH and OH. Okay. It has 3 reactive ends. See, OH, OH. See, H3PO4. Right? So this is your phosphoric acid. From this develops a phosphate group, that is P double bond O, single bond O, 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 minus, minus, minus. Okay. One of the minus oxygens will connect with the 5th carbon of the sugar, pentose sugar. Okay. However, remember, this is the negative sign, or the negative sign containing oxygen is present. That is the reason why nucleic acids are negative in charge. Remember this. They are negatively charged because of this negative. Because phosphate is negative. Because only one of the oxygen will engage in the bond formation, remaining two will be empty. Generally, sometimes it is observed that, or it is seen that hydrogens are attached, but hydrogen, we know, acidic hydrogens are having ability to dissociate. They move away. Okay? They dissociate and form H plus and O minus. Therefore, DNA is or RNA is acidic in nature. So this is phosphate. Alright, so now we talk about nucleotide construction, how nucleotides observe, or how we can see the nucleotides exactly. So now nucleotide. Nucleotide, as we know, it is the pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphate group. Okay, so as I said, I can write in a better way: pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphate group. Why? Because both of them are connected to pentose sugar. Therefore, I am writing in this way. Okay. Now, this is your pentose sugar. Okay. This is your CH2O flanking. This is your first carbon. Let me number the carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Generally, as these are numbered, these are called as prime. 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, 5 prime. Okay. And to this 5th prime, as I said, phosphate group is attached. So even if you write it here, it will be better. 5th carbon. And this is first carbon. So to this first carbon, you will observe here there is nitrogen base attached. Okay. And to 5th carbon, there will be attachment of a phosphate. If you want, then you can write H also here. So this is your nucleotide. Remaining bonds are just to be filled with hydrogen or OH, whatever is the construction. So this is the structure of nucleotide. Okay. So nucleotide. Clear? So this is how it looks. Now we will see, I'll draw a table in which we will see how they are different. How different nucleotides have different names. Okay. Okay guys. So this table we will fill together. You also do with me. Try to do with me, because I have just explained you all how phosphate is being attached. That is what is explained. Okay. So now the main thing is just the nitrogenous base. Now for attaching nitrogenous base, pay attention how they are attached. The attachment of nitrogenous base in such a way that for purines, the 9th member, in previous video I have explained which is the 9th member, which will be attached, okay, to the sugar, first carbon of the sugar. And in case of pyrimidine, the 4th member, the central one, NH, which is present down. Okay. If you haven't seen the video, please see the video first and then construct this with me. It will be easy for you. Okay. Okay, so this is adenine and this is guanine. You can see the structures. Balance the remaining with hydrogen as I have specified in the previous video. Okay, so let's draw the nucleosides then. Alright guys, so here you can see this is the pentose sugar attached to nitrogen base at the ninth position. See, this is the ninth position. Okay, see, pentose sugar attached to nitrogenous base. Okay, this is what is nucleoside. See, pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base. As adenine and guanine are common, they can be for RNA as well as DNA. So I put H oblique OH, H oblique OH. Anything can be there at the second position. And you can see on first position properly there is a complete nitrogenous base attached. Okay, and this will be the side which will be exposed for bond formation, hydrogen bond formation. Okay, hydrogen balancing is necessary. See here, put a hydrogen. Okay, let's write its nucleotide now. Same thing you have to write, just put a phosphate group. Okay, so you can see this is the nucleotide of adenine and this is the nucleotide of guanine. Now let's talk about their names. Yeah, you can see phosphate group is attached. See, I have attached phosphate group. Instead of minus minus, you can even put H, but then H will dissociate further. Okay, so phosphate, see, phosphate properly at fifth carbon, sugar at first carbon. Okay, this is your phosphate. And you can see one O is common because CH2 also had OH initially and PO4 was there. Now one O became common here. And here you can see this is your nitrogenous base. See, same thing here. Let's talk about their name now. As I said, nucleotide or nucleoside are named after the nitrogenous base attached to them. So this is adenine as nitrogenous base. This structure which is formed, nucleoside of adenine, is called as adenosine or adenosine. Similarly for guanine it is called as guanosine. Okay, if I talk about nucleotide, as acid has been added, this also converts into acid. Therefore this is called as adenylic acid. And similarly this will be called as guanylic acid. You must have heard guanine, guanylic word in excretion, guanotelic organisms. Okay, if not, you'll be hearing, you'll be studying it. Okay, so this is about nucleotides, nucleosides of purines. This is how they will look. Now let's talk about pyrimidines. Okay, I hope you have understood this. So you can see the naming: adenine, adenosine, adenylic acid; guanine, guanosine, guanylic acid, based on nitrogenous base attached. There are three pyrimidines we know. So these are the three nitrogen bases you can see here: cytosine, thymine and uracil. And as I said, CH3 present in thymine, uracil only H. Let's draw the nucleotides. So you can see these are the nucleosides, and we will draw the nucleotide. Nucleoside of cytosine, nucleoside of thymine and nucleoside of uracil. Okay, I just need to draw some weird lines here because you won't be able to differentiate otherwise. The structure has a branch, no, so it's difficult to draw or manage in this. Okay, let's draw the nucleotides. Just attach phosphate now in similar manner. Okay, so these are the nucleotides. Okay, this is the fourth position where hydrogen is substituted and there is attachment of the nitrogen base to the sugar. Okay, again you can see the positions. Okay, if I number only one of them, you can understand for others 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. As they are of nucleic acid, 4 prime, 3 prime, 5 prime, 2 prime, 1 prime. Okay, prime is necessary here to write. The nomenclature pattern is a bit different. Numbering pattern is a bit different. Okay, so you can see cytosine. This is cytosine. So this nucleoside of cytosine is not in context with the purines. It will be in context with pyrimidines, a bit different. It is called as cytidine. Okay, similarly this will be called as thymidine, and this will be called as uridine. Okay, and ialic acid. So nucleotide of cytidine, cytidilic acid. Similarly, thymidines, thymidilic acid. And this will be uridilic acid. Okay, you must have noticed one thing, or you should notice one thing. In case of thymine, you can observe that I have written only HH as it is restricted to DNA. And in case of uracil, I have written only H and OH because it is restricted to RNA. Okay, so in this way, this is the nitrogen base, nucleoside and nucleotide of pyrimidines. And again you can see the nomenclature is based on what? On the name of the nitrogenous base or on the type of nitrogenous base. Okay, so here again you can see there is a phosphate group, there is a sugar, and there is definitely nitrogenous base. As I said, now you can see this will form bond with each other. Okay, but the nitrogenous base is moving to a different angle. It doesn't form the strand. It is a part of strand, but it is protruding either outside on this side or on this side, depending on the orientation of the strand. Therefore, I can say nucleic acids are what? Nucleic acids are polynucleotide. Okay, clear guys? I hope you have understood. Okay, thank you guys.